From Etheridge Stadium, Coug Sportsnet proudly presents to you your Lamarck Cougars as they take on the Roughnecks of Columbia. Brandon Williams alongside Mike Lockwood, Lewis Perrin Jr., and the Honorable Mayor of Lamarck, Mr. Bobby Hocking. Guys, down 27-9 last week. It looked like a game where it just could have really got out of hand, but this is a Cougar team that showed a lot of fight, lost only 36-31, and honestly, my Coach Mike Jackson said after the game, you don't believe in moral victories, but I think in this case, you might want to take it as such.
I think I would definitely take that as a moral victory. It showed a lot of heart to be able to continue playing out there, particularly in that second half. Lamarck scored quick. They turned right around and came back and scored again, and it really looked like things could get a little disheartening. But there were some outstanding special teams plays, including an onside kick that worked. And the defense held up very, very well in that second half. So there's a lot to be hopeful for coming in here to this game tonight.
I want to say a shout out to little Maverick Jackson. That's the new little baby for Coach Jackson and his wife Tracy. Getting ready to have to go some surgery on that poor little child. No, I shouldn't say poor little child, but little infant next week. And the players are wearing a little like a wristband or made out of tape, says Mav on it. So our hearts go out to Coach Jackson and his wife and his family that the good Lord lays his hand on that little child.
Well, certainly indeed. Amen to that. Can't really go any better than that. As we will wait the start of Lamarck Cougars hitting the field. Columbia is a team that won 65-0 last week. Kind of a tune-up game where the starters got in, did their business. They ended up having like 9 different guys touching the football. But this will be a challenge, as we've seen in the non-district schedule, guys. There are no easy outs.
That's it. They are a Division I 4A school. We know what they did to us last year. Okay, or we know what the result was last year.
28-14,
and you're already talking about them with the 65-0 win already this year. It's going to challenge Lamarck, but Lamarck should be up for a challenge this week. They've progressively gotten better each week. We have a lot to look forward to, and let's see if we can't put it all together against this Columbia team.
And you can say one thing, that we're not picking any soft teams this year. No marshmallows.
No, not at all. You look at the fact you dealt with Galveston Ball in week 1, and last week a North Forest team, and as you saw the game, you saw the size and the talent that ball club had. So there definitely is no easy road for the Lamarck Cougars as they get ready to step out on the field. Third home game, 3 of 5 before we actually hit the road. So we definitely appreciate the home cooking. Hopefully tonight is a night where the blue and gold can claim that first win of the year. We will be back with the kickoff, and afterwards it will be Lamarck taking on Columbia. Coug Sportsnet will be right back. National anthem played, and we are moments away from kickoff as we will have the team captains for Lamarck. Number 7, Miles Lanius. Number 11, Jayden Bishop. Number 50, Pedro Rubio, and injured, not playing tonight, but still a captain nonetheless, number 99, Marlon Ford.
And for the Roughnecks, you've got number 4, Keithon Taylor, number 6, Jarrett Brown, number 31 is Alec Herrera, and number 33 is Jose Zaragoza.
Taylor is their lead back, the guy to watch. 8 carries, 163 yards, and 2 touchdowns in last week's game.
8 carries?
8 carries, 161. This is a team that ground out some major yardage on the ground last week. 387 yards on the ground.
Wow.
All right, Roughnecks won the toss, elected to defer. Lamarck has said, we'll go ahead and take the ball first to start this game out.
Oh, we'll get to see this Lamarck offense. They are averaging over 200 yards per game on the ground thus far. And Miles Lanius comes off a pretty solid game. 14 of 19, 94 yards. Did not throw a touchdown, did not throw an interception, but that controlled passing game is showing progress. And as you talked over the course of the game, Mike, last week, you're not expecting a home runs, but if you're just getting those yards here and there, sooner or later those guys are going to break one.
That's true, and that's part of keeping those 9 men out of the box that last couple of years we became so accustomed to with a run-heavy offense that we were displaying.
Yeah, and last week we saw a couple of new players carrying that rock just a little bit more, I guess, in in what, Smith?
Devin Smith.
Devin
Yep.
Smith.
And was 22.
Jamarcus Nelson,
There you
34.
go.
Yeah, Nelson, the freshman, 2 touchdowns rushing, 70 yards on the ground for him. But Devin Smith, 187 on the ground and a touchdown. He
Well,
had two runs of 50-plus.
Yes,
Yeah, he did. He had 2. Okay, he had 2 runs of 50-plus, including a 53-yard score.
I had to put him up on a highlight reel, and I called him the Phenom.
He is a guy. He is a blur indeed. He is back deep along with number 4, Perry Preston, as we await the kickoff
Devin Smith
from looks like number 11 for Columbia, and that is going to be Kyle Stanford. Karch Casper, number 16. Okay, there's my eyes, but it's going to be Casper, number 16, set to kick off. So we will see the Lamarck team with the football to open this contest. We mentioned third of 5 straight home
Third of
games.
5,
Yeah.
Now, one of those, or next week's game, is the game that we missed at the beginning of the season. I think that they postponed due to Harvey, correct?
That's going to be the one on the night. No, that's going to be the one the following week
On
against
October 6th.
Okay.
They're not going to take any chances. It's going to be fielded by Christian Franklin, and Franklin to the 35. Hit pretty hard. Nice lick there. Applied by number 22, Tranquil Harris. So we will take a look at the Lamarck offense. It will be led by Miles Lanius, number 7. In the backfield, number 4, Perry Preston. Wide receivers, they're going with a 3-wide set tonight. You'll have number 12, Brian Slocum, number 15, Kobe Gatson, and number 3, Joey Wright at wide receiver. Actually, they're going 4 wide as you've got Christian Franklin, number 3, the 33. So 4-wide set with Franklin and Gatson in the slots. Cougars are going to come out with the design run, and it'll be Lanius. He will lunge forward to about the 40-yard line, so he will get about 4 on that play. Take a look at the offensive line. Left tackle, James Lofton, number 78. Left guard, Malik Holmes. He will be wearing number 55. Center, Pedro Rubio is number 50 with Herschel Wafer, your right guard, number 58, and number 72, Darius Saldana, number 653, So second down and 6 coming up. And it's going to be Smith turning a corner, and his first carry of the night will get him about maybe 2 on that play.
Smith on the carry.
So this will be a challenge as Zaragoza, one of the team captains there on the stop. Flag on the play, and this was a problem for Lamarck. Hopefully it's not against them, and indications are it's going against
Personal foul. Face mask.
Yes. 15 yards. Personal foul. So the first down at the game creates a face mask, and the Cougars are going to be in Columbia territory.
Down at the 41-yard line. Big penalty.
So again, they're going a 4-wide set. They had Norman Saldana out there momentarily, but he will come back out in 4-receiver set.
Preston Perry in the backfield.
Yes.
Perry Preston.
Perry Preston, and he will get the carry, turns the corner, cuts it back. Nice spin move. Another cut back in, and Preston still going to
beautiful
the
block.
15. Foot race to the end zone, to the 5. He will go out of bounds at the 4-yard line. 37-yard run by Perry Preston.
Welcome back, Mr. Preston.
Juke move, spin move. He had a little bit of everything on that one. And a 1st and goal for Lamarck. Big play by the Cougars. We mentioned this is a team that's running the ball well thus far. Over 200 yards in their first 2 games. And it will be to Preston. And Preston is going to be stopped at about the 3-yard line. You will gain about 1 on that play. Will make it a 2nd down and goal.
Front 4 for Columbia, pretty stout.
Pretty stout, but it's got to be a kind of an opposite for Lamarck compared to what they saw last week.
Well, that's true.
On both sides of the line against North Forest. Lanius under center. and tries to get in, but he is going to be stopped finally. Powell is probably going to get him to around the 1-yard line.
Down near the 1-yard line.
So he'll get 2 on it. 3rd down and goal coming up. And they're still trying to twist bodies out.
Twist is a good word. Looked like they was playing that game Twister.
Yeah, Lofton 78 and also number 33, Zaragoza.
Yeah, there was definitely a tangle in there.
No, there was. 3rd down and goal coming up again. 4 wide receivers set. Lonnie's in shotgun with Preston in the backfield with him. Play clock down to 7. Looks like they better. I think they will settle and take the time out. They're just going to let that play clock run down, and they will. 9:17 to go first quarter. Cougs take their first time out. We'll take one with them. Cougs Sports Net. We'll be right back. It's going to be a bigger backfield now as you've got Joel Sumlin, number 14, into the contest. Lined up at tight end. Jerry Evans is in the backfield as well, along with number 9, Norvon Saldana.
Norvon Saldana is the thunder of the Thunder Lightning.
And flags are down, and it looks like a false start, and that's going to take the Cougars back. So instead of a 1st and 3rd and goal at the 1-yard line, that is going to make it 3rd down and goal from the 6.
That'll change your play call.
It will expand things a bit. Now, as you see, Perry Preston coming into the contest. Referee is explaining as we will get the clock rewound, and it'll be 9:14 and counting. Saldana out, Preston in. You'll still have Sumlin and Evans in. Sumlin, number 14, lined up at tight end. Evans is the fullback in an offset I formation. Twins receivers to the near side with Franklin 33 and Wright number 3. And
what the heck?
Movement, free play. Finally, before the whistle is thrown down, and that's another whistle because it looked like Lonnie might have had his face mask grabbed. Another false start. So the Cougars.
Everybody but the safety move. Everybody but the center moved that time.
Again, more personnel changes for the Cougars. As Sumlin will go out.
So it
Evans goes out as well.
So it started out as a 3rd and goal from the 1. It's now a 3rd and goal from the 11.
What started out as a 1st and goal from the 4. In all reality.
3 wide receivers set with Slocum lined up to the near side, right to the far side. He is guarded by number 7, Desmond Allen. Look, keep an eye on that because Lonnie does love the fade route. And on 3rd down, it'll be a hand up to Preston, and Preston is going to get past the 10, maybe to the 9-yard line. So he will get about 4 on that play. So 4th down coming up. And it looks like the Cougars are going to settle for 3. Preston hobbling a little bit.
4th and goal for the.
As he will remain on the field. Pedro Rubio set to attempt a field goal. It'll be 27 yards.
In the 1.5, it was 4-down territory. From back here, yeah, this is the right play.
No, definitely well within his range. He hit one last week. Getting the snap from Wright. Gets it. Good snap. Kick is up, and that kick is partially blocked, and it'll be picked up by West Columbia. And it'll be picked up. It's number 31 for West Columbia, Alec Herrera. So the Cougars, their own worst enemy on a drive, they got as far as the 1-yard line, and it ends up with a 27-yard field goal blocked.
The only positive that came out of that blocked field goal is Columbia's got the ball at the 15.
Not good field position to certainly start off with, especially against the Lamarck defense that gelled a bit in the second half.
That kicking that field goal is just a split second too slow, guys. He had that problem last week.
1st and 10 coming up for West Columbia. Number 6, Jarrett Brown is at quarterback, and it will be a toss to Taylor, and Taylor tries to cut back, loses the football. It is on the ground, and a host of Cougars, and they got it back. Cougars with the football. And late flags coming up, man. Looked like someone took the helmet off.
They're going to get
number 14.
Yep.
For the Cougars is going to get a personal foul.
So the Cougars get the football back. It's a post-possession foul.
And I just hope they call that a push and not a punch.
As Joel Sumlin letting his emotions get the best of him. As we talked about Taylor, he's their game breaker, but he ends up with the fumble. Would have been a gain of about 4 before he lost it. And the Cougars getting a break. 1st and 10.
Is it offsetting?
No, it's still strictly on
okay.
someone.
All right.
And that is going to push the Cougars back to the 34-yard line. So instead of being inside the red zone, the personal foul penalty puts them back to the 34-yard line. Lanius again, a 4-wide receiver set. He will move Perry Preston to the far side. Lanius drops back, steps, throws, looks downfield. That ball is going to be incomplete. Intended for right number 3. Coverage there by number 7, Desmond Allen.
And Wright actually had to go back and play a little bit of defense on that, as that pass was a little underthrown, and he had good coverage on him.
Oh, you definitely right on that one. You know, you look at Allen had him draped completely on that. So 2nd down and 10 coming up for the Cougars at the 34-yard line. 8:06 to go, first quarter. Scoreless as the Cougs trying to take advantage of a turnover. Lonnie is awaiting the snap and shotgun. He'll call his own number, and he will be stopped maybe to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. As
number 51, Luke Arias, just grabbed him around the hips and did not let go.
That's the second time they've called that quarterback design run play.
3rd, counting the sneak. Counting the sneak.
The
at the
sneak,
goal line.
I think, was just basically,
Arias, a big kid, just a sophomore. But he is a fire plug in the middle of that all defensive line for Columbia.
They're going to say you got 1 yard out of that, but I didn't see where.
3rd down coming up. Lanius drops back, rolls out, looking for a man downfield. Can't, and he's going to be sacked. Credit number 21. That's going to be Jack Russell, and number 25, Julian Kay. They're going to split that sack.
Oh, and they're going to spoil that fumble recovery.
They definitely do, as that's a loss that takes them back to the 39-yard line. So the Cougars with 2 excellent opportunities to start the game and have nothing to show for it, as Rubio will line up around his own 49 to punt. Number 9 for Columbia, Chris Martinez for Taylor, back deep, and Rubio not getting much on that punt.
High punt,
and those last couple of yards did him a favor, as that punt is going to end up being a net of 11 yards, actually 10, as they spotted on the 29-yard line. So Cougars really becoming their own worst enemy here in the early going of this contest.
Yeah, you know what he was trying to do? He was trying to hang it up high. He was trying to hang it over here to the near side corner as close as he could, and just got a little bit up underneath it. Kind of like when you get up underneath one of them high loft wedge shots.
Yeah, exactly. You think you're driving, it just ends up being like a rain bringer. So Allen back in at quarterback. Brown at quarterback, number 33 in the backfield. That's going to be Zaragoza, and it'll be Zaragoza. Fake handoff. And it's going to be Brown turning the corner. Brown's got room, and Brown to around the 46-yard line. So a gain of 17 yards.
Travarius Saldana was the one that was able to finally wrap him up, reach out, and bring him down. Otherwise, that would have been a long run.
Jarrett Brown, 36 yards rushing in the opener last week. Nearly halfway on that on his very first carry of the evening, and it's their first down of the contest. 6:35 to go here in the first quarter. Pistol formation for Brown, as Taylor now back in the backfield. Twin set, the man in motion going to the far side, and they'll fake the pitch, and it'll be Taylor, and Taylor's got room, and Taylor is going to outrun the pack. Maybe. Perry trying to bring him to the 10, to the 5. He's going to lose that battle. Touchdown. That is one way to make up for a fumble.
Yeah, it is.
Keithan Taylor from 54 yards out, as 6 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the first quarter, and the visitors from Columbia strike first. That's the thing you fear, guys. You miss on those 2 opportunities, and with the team as savvy as Columbia, they're not going to let you off the hook too many times.
That is true.
71-yard drive, only took 3 plays.
Conversion pass is good.
That's
to
2
number
points.
21, to Jack Russell.
On the reception.
So 6 minutes, 10 seconds remaining at the first quarter. It is Lamarck trailing Columbia by a count of 8-0. Coug Sports Net will be right back. 6 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. So after the Cougars had 2 opportunities to put points on the board, Columbia taking full advantage of the second one on a 54-yard run by Keithian Taylor to make it 8-0 after the conversion. So number 16, Casper, set the kickoff, and he is going to challenge deep, and that ball is hammered, and it'll go out of the end zone.
Well, you don't see that too often in high
Not
school.
in high school ball,
Not
you
at
don't.
all. Casper, senior wide receiver and defensive back, he's doing a good job as a kicker with that one. So the Cougs already, with 6 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the first quarter, with their 3rd drive of the night.
This one starts back at the 25-yard line.
So Cougars looking to try to get back into the swing of things. 3 wide receivers set now with Saldana in the backfield with Preston. And it'll be a handoff to Preston. Preston trying to turn the corner, cuts back, and he's going to be swarmed. Host of the defenders there.
Another one of the team captains, Alex Herrera, number 31, was the one that brought him down.
Number 25 also in there amongst those players. Julian Kay and Preston was bothered with cramps in the opener, and he is hobbling out. He will be replaced by Devin Smith, the number 22. So no gain on that carry for Preston. Will make it 2nd down and 10 at the 25-yard line. Gatson in the slot to the far side. Then it'll be a hand up to Saldana, and Saldana jackknifed it around the 31, maybe the 32-yard line.
Number 41, Landis Wilson, was the one that tripped him up, made him go airborne.
So he will get 6-7 on that play. So a 3rd down and 3. Hand up again to Saldana, and Saldana is not going to get the first down. He's about maybe a yard short. They tried to go to the big junior again, and they were able to hold a 4 yard short of the first down, and Jackson certainly not going to take the chance this early. So a 3 and out again for the Cougars. So Rubio attempting his 2nd punt of the night. Back deep for the Roughnecks that are around their own 40-yard line. Taylor, number 4. And also number 9, Chris Martinez, and that's a wobbler. Much better kick, a even better kick than was picked up.
That
ball is still
touched.
loose.
That ball was touched.
And he's finally picked up by Martinez at around the 16-yard line. So Pedro Rubio will more than make up for that first punt as that ball ends up around the 17-yard line. So at the end of the day, he nets 51 out of it.
That ball was touched by the first man going back there trying to receive it. And he had to, that second player that jumped on the football had to get there quick. That was very almost another turnover.
Yeah, Martinez had the strength to hold on to that football. Had he not, you would have been looking at a possible 2nd turnover deep inside Columbia territory. So 1st and 10 for Columbia at their own spot at the 16-yard line. Taylor and number 12, Jordan White in the backfield, and it's going to be number 3 actually. That is going to be Jonathan Higgins. And Higgins will get the ball to around the 21-yard line. So he'll get 4 on his first carry of the night.
Jaden Bishop along with number 55. Or 53, I'm sorry. That
53,
would be
Darius Saldana. I'll take a quick look at that defense. Number 14, Joel Sumlin filling in for the injured Marlon Ford. You also see number 52, Saldana. We'll get the rest of those guys in a moment. 2nd down and 6 coming up. Brown will give it to Taylor, and it'll be Brown holding on, and he would have been better off getting it to him.
That was a mistake.
Cougars sat at home on that one. Number 6, Jalen Walker, there on the stop. We'll take a look at the rest of that defense. Jerry Evans, number 17 at left end. We mentioned Sullivan, number 14.
72.
Gene G the fourth. The guy we have called this name a lot in the first couple of games of the season. Justin Murray is at one of the linebacker spots, along with the aforementioned Bishop in the secondary. Shandon Simon Pete, number 24. Jalen Walker, number 6. Trevaria Saldana, number 2. Kava Simeon in the lineup, number 5 at one corner, and Cam Henderson, number 8 at the other corner. 3rd down and 8 coming up after a loss of 2, and it is going to be Brown throwing in the left. It goes up, and the ball is going to be caught. Reception made by number 25, Julian Kay. The tight end comes in with the reception, and they'll move the chains.
That was a real nice catch, too. It was thrown high. He had to go up, bobbled it a little bit, and had the concentration to hang on when he came down to the ground.
First pass attempt of the night, and it's a successful one for them as they gets the ball to the 37-yard line. Gain of 16 on that one, so 1st and 10 coming up. Brown dropping back, pump fakes, looks and winging it downfield at a man
way
open.
Long.
Incomplete, intended for number 5, Michael Carlson. Was number 12.
Showed a really nice strong arm there.
He did.
Overthrew that streaking receiver by about 5 yards.
Number 16 for the Cougars. 18 for the Cougars, excuse me. That's going to be Micah Hanlon lining up at corner. So 2nd down and 10 coming up. A dot play to the big back, and Zaragoza not getting much. That ball is loose, and the Cougars have it again.
It does.
Who comes up with it? Number 6.
Walker. That's Walker,
Jalen Walker.
The sheriff.
Yes, sir. That's it.
Pop the ball loose, and the Cougars get their 2nd turnover tonight. Can they cash in on this one?
Yeah, they stripped that ball, I do believe, guys.
Yes. Fumble recovery, 2nd of the night by Lamarck. They have good field position. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line with 2:14 to go in the first quarter.
That's the 35, and we like that
Correction,
better.
35. 3 wide receivers set. Lanius drops back, steps, has pressure. He evades the rush, tries to get out, but won't.
We'll wind up losing about 1.5 yards, maybe 2 yards on that.
25K. He's got a full sack now. He was involved in a half sack earlier. So Lanius losing 3 on that one. 2nd and 13 for the Cougars at the 38-yard line. Noticing how more aggressive Columbia is with their pass rush compared to last week against North Forest. Free play coming up, and they'll swing it out, and that's just going to be much of nothing as it's going to be an offsides.
Kobe Ganson on the reception.
Offsides is the call,
Jack Russell,
as
Jose,
that will move things up 5, so it was a free play. And the Cougars will get the ball to the 33. So 2nd down and 8 now with the 1:33 to go in the first quarter. Gatson in a slot right to the far side, Slocum to the near. As there'll be a handoff to Preston, and that is not going to get much of anything as number 17, my gosh. Cortland Davidson, Lewis, he just read that play perfectly, knifed in and destroyed it.
Number 17, Cortland Davidson.
And they're going to be nice just giving him a loss of 2 on that.
That's a generous spot, to say the least. The Cougars right back where they started from, 3rd down and 10, as they are inside, a minute to go here in the first quarter. 4 wide receivers set as they bring Franklin in. Preston still in the backfield. Play clock down to 9. As long as he's trying to get everyone adjusted. Play clock down to 4. See if he'll get it off. Just does. Handoff's going to be to Preston, and Preston's not going to get much of anything. And oh, man.
Right back to the 35.
Number 51, Luke Arias again. That was a WWE caliber slam on that one. No gain on that play. So 4th and 10. I don't think, are we going to see the punt team or not? Looks like they're just going to be content to let the last 15 or so seconds of the first quarter round out. Cougars started out with a promising first drive. Were not able to cash in on a field goal. Not been able to cash in on 2 turnovers. But Columbia cashing in on their one opportunity of the night. So 1 quarter in the books. It is Columbia 8, Lamarck nothing. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Cougs going for it here on 4th and 10 at the 34-yard line. Started the second quarter. Brandon Williams, Mike Lockwood, Lewis Perrin Jr., and a mayor of Lamarck, Bobby Hocking in the press box with us as the Cougars trying to get on the scoreboard, trying to generate some kind of offense as the defense of Columbia has stiffened since that opening drive. Lonnie is back, steps up, throws, looking downfield. That ball's going to be caught. Joey Wright with the reception. Down to the 6-yard line. Gain of 28 on that play. That is a big wake-up call for the Cougars.
Yeah, that was desperately needed.
Joey Wright establishing himself as the go-to man at wide receiver in the early going of the season.
No false starts, guys.
1st and goal for Lamarck. You've got Preston and Saldana in the backfield. They'll go with their 3 wide receivers set with Gatson in the slot. Play clock is approaching inside 10 seconds. Down to 8, Lanius counter play, and that's not going to get much of anything as before the play ends, about 2/3 of the city of Columbia were on top of Norvon Saldana.
Boy, I tell you, Lamarck, the defense for Columbia, it just beating them to the gaps.
They are not giving up anything inside. And the Cougars need to make the adjustment at this point because this roughneck defense, particularly in the interior, has really had the number of the Cougars. Pistol formation for Lamarck, but Evans is the H-back. They'll hand it to Saldana. Saldana driving. Saldana in, touchdown!
He got it.
The offensive line doing its job this time as Norvon Saldana cashes it in from 6 yards out to make it an 8-6 game with 10:40 to go here in the first half. That indeed is the ticket for the Cougars.
Set up by that beautiful pass catch play.
The 4th and 10, the willingness to go for it, resulting in the reception by Wright. The Cougars looking to go for 2 here. Similar formation as the previous. See if Lightning can strike twice here. Free play coming up. Swings it out. Incomplete. As it looked like a Columbia player jumped in and confirming it is. So Miles Lonnie is getting his 2nd free play of the night. $10:40 to go here in the first half. Cougars looking to tie it up as the Norvon Saldana run cuts it to 8-6. Lanius will hand it to Saldana, and Saldana drives in. Saldana gets it. Why not keep it going? Why not let the big man run? And the Cougars have tied this one up. A little power ball by the Cougs, and we are knotted up. 8-8, 10:40 to go here in the first half. Coug Sports Net will be right back. A 5-play, 65-yard drive, the big play, the 28-yard reception by Joey Wright from Miles Lonnie is setting up the Saldana touchdown run as the ball will be fielded by one of the upbacks. Actually, it'll be picked up by Taylor, and Taylor's going to stop at around the 29-yard line.
Desmond Allen on the return, brought down first by number 21, Jeremiah Taylor.
Jeremiah Taylor there on the stop. So Cougars, now they have it tied. You see, you've given this defense a little bit of a breather. And now the way the offense is clicking, especially, we talked about on the break, the ability of Lanius to stay in the pocket on the 4th down and wait for his man to come open. That was a real big key, and it's hopefully something we can see the rest of the way.
Exactly.
So 1st and 10 coming up for the Roughnecks. Ball spotted at the 28-yard line officially. 10:34 to go in the first half. Jarrett Brown at quarterback.
Zaragoza in the backfield.
In the backfield, and it'll be Brown calling his own number, tries to turn the corner, gets to the 30, 35, and he will step out of bounds at around the 37. And you can hear the crowd. The crowd can see what I saw as well. There was a blatant hold.
Big time.
There was a blatant hold, and I'm surprised that the officials didn't see that one. And he got enough for the first down. Brown knew where the marker was. Mark of a senior quarterback. Saw where the marker was, got just enough to get it, and the Roughnecks will move the chains.
Now, in all honesty, I think that hold was actually after where the play was going to be able to, or after where the play was going, so it probably didn't have that much of an impact, but it was still there.
Okay, the man in motion, and they'll get it to Taylor, and Taylor not getting much of anything. He'll get to around the 41, so he will gain about 2 on the play.
Keith and Taylor on the carry, brought down by the
Cougars, good pursuit there. Joel Sumlin there on the tackle. So it's up to the Cougar front line, especially without having Marlon Ford there. They're going to need to step up. You know, Marlon had a whale of a game last week.
As usual.
As usual, indeed. But
he's a wall up there in front.
And no question. 2nd down and 8 coming up. Brown back, steps up, has pressure, rolling out, evades one man, evades
Beautiful
another,
block.
Gets a fake, and he will go out of bounds and around the line of scrimmage. So at the end of the day, for him to get to the line of scrimmage is actually a miracle, and the fact that it looked like he could have lost even more yardage than that.
Yeah, they're going to give him a loss. It looks
like a loss of 2. You're right. A little more than that. So 3rd and 12, that ends up being a loss of 4.
Zaragoza gave him a real nice block back there in the backfield to spring him to allow him to get as much yardage as he did.
Good pressure there by number 52, Sterling Mack. Tried to grab the ankles, just wasn't able to get to him, but he applied the pressure and really forced that play to be disjointed, and a timeout coming up. It looks like it'll be Columbia taking it. We'll take it with them. 9:39 to go first half. It is tied at Etheridge. Columbia 8, Lamarck 8. Coug Sports Net will be right back. So after the timeout by Columbia there first, they face a 3rd down and 12 at their own 37-yard line. 9:39 to go first half. Tied at 8. 3 wide set, and it'll be Brown. Tried to fake, and he's in trouble. He will dump it off. Upfield to the 40, 45. Cuts back midfield, and a catch and run by Jonathan Higgins. And a play that looked like it could have been disaster for another, yet again, turns out to be a first down.
On the reception.
Yeah, that was a jailbreak rush as the Columbia offensive line just allowed those guys to run through pretty much unabated, set up that screen pass or short bubble screen.
He will get the first down. Gain of 16 on that play on a 3rd and 12. Pistol formation will be Taylor with the carry. Taylor trying to turn the corner, does. He will step out of bounds, and he'll spot him around the 43-yard line, so he'll get 4 on that carry. So 2nd down and 6. Now we're seeing them a little more up-tempo here, Lewis.
We are.
Pistol set. Brown, high snap. Gets it to Taylor as they fake the reverse, and Taylor cuts back. Good tackle. Good open field tackle there by
Franklin.
Franklin, number 33. Christian Franklin, the sophomore there, at a great open field stop, because if he doesn't stop Taylor, Taylor's got some running room.
3rd and 4 for the Roughnecks.
Ends up being a gain of 2, so a 3rd down and 4 at the 39 of Lamarck with 8:47 and counting in the first half. As they'll break out of the huddle, Zaragoza in the backfield with Taylor. Brown awaiting the snap. Another high snap. Brown just got a hold of it.
Yep.
Oh, number 21, Jeremiah Taylor, zeroed in on it. But that could have
probably
been even worse.
The first punt for Columbia.
It will be. A loss of 8 on that play.
Yeah, White going back
We got
with
White
Preston.
with Preston. White, number 3, he is lined up around his own 22-yard line. Preston around his own 19. Handling the punting for Columbia. Looks like number 5, Michael Carlson. Their first punt of the evening, coming with 7:45 here in the first half.
Joey White, Barry Preston back.
Carlson will get it off, and he will hang this high in the direction of Preston. Preston's going to let it bounce wisely into the end zone, so the Cougars will get the touchback in a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, it was a nice kick on that. He got that ball well over Preston's head. I think they were quite expecting that.
Good bounce.
Yeah, fortunately.
46 yards, net of 26.
Yes. Looks like one of the Cougars slowly coming off the field. That looks like number 51, Keegan Long, struggling off the field. Not sure what the problem was, but it is a humid night. It might be the first day of fall for most of America, but down here we just call it extended summer.
Let's have a good little drive here now, offense.
We had a personal foul clipping or block below the waist on the Roughnecks.
So what looks like it'll move the ball it should move to the 35.
Yep.
See where they spot the ball.
Well, they've got that ball moved out to the, I guess
to the 30. Oh, actually to the 35.
Yep.
So 15-yard penalty, and the Cougars will get a little better field position on that one.
Call against the Roughnecks.
So 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. 7 minutes, 34 seconds to go, first half. Cougars are back into their 3-wide set with 2 running backs. Preston, number 4, Saldana, number 9, with Gatson in the slot in the near side. Handoff's going to be to Preston, and Preston's going to carry a pile with them to around the 39-yard line. Good 4-yard gain on the play. 4 for number 4 as the Cougars look like they're ready to do a little up-tempo of their own. As right now you've got Columbia trying to get personnel out. Just able to get K out up there. Oh, movement on the line, and yeah, you knew that he made the mistake. Pump him up, cheer him up, but nonetheless it's a 5-yard loss. It's going to take the Cougars back. So a 2nd and 11 coming up. False starts are a huge problem here tonight for the Cougars. This is what, their 4th of the evening?
Something like that.
So,
2 of them cost them a score, I do believe.
Yes, the back-to-backs on the opening drive. So 2nd and 11 now at the 35-yard line. Roughneck show blitz. Handoff counter is going to be to Saldana, and Saldana will get to around the 39-yard line before the play is stopped.
Yeah, he got it back maybe the 40.
Hit first by Trevin Parson.
Parson, number 2,
Jack Russell
in there. Russell also in there on the stop, so he'll get 5 officially. So a 3rd down and 6 coming up for the Cougars. 6:26 to go, first half. Cougs looking to convert the 3rd down, continue this drive. Lanius rolls out, steps, looking downfield, throws. Ball is going to be incomplete. Wright makes the catch, but did not have possession as he went out of bounds. And the Cougars with a 3 and out. Looking for Wright.
They bring up 4th and 5 from the 40 for the Cougars.
Did a good job of avoiding the rush. As again, as we mentioned, Columbia putting a lot of pressure on Lanius compared to what we saw last week with North Forest, where they really did not apply a lot. So 4th down coming up. Rubio to punt again. Lined up at his own 28-yard line. High snap. Rubio get it off. Fielded it around the 28-yard line. A good snag indeed, and he's got a little bit of room. Cuts it back. You know, he's finally going to go out of bounds at around the 46, 47-yard line.
And they're going to wind up calling it a 49 on their own side of the ball.
On side of the ball, spotted at the 40, the 48-yard line. 47 was Chris Martinez, number 9 on the return. So a 1st and 10 coming up for Columbia with 6:05 to go in the first half. Tied 8-8. Brown awaiting the snap. He'll get a better snap. He'll call his own number. Tries to turn the corner to the 40 at 5. He'll get to around midfield. Tackle made by Walker. He'll get about 3 on that play, as the read option did not fool the Cougars.
Sheriff showing some good speed coming all the way over here to make that stop after a gain of 3.
2nd down and 7. Calling Walker's name a little more often than we did last week. And that was attributed to the fact, just a good effort by that big North Forest line. But tonight, starting to hear a lot more from Walker, and that's certainly a good thing.
That's a name we need to call a bunch.
Oh,
yes.
No question.
You gotta hit somebody!
Indeed, we do. So handoff is going to actually be a reverse to Taylor, and Taylor isn't going to get much of anything. Cougars stayed at home on that one.
Good defense.
Jalen Preston.
Yep.
And again, Walker out there as well. So back-to-back stops by your seniors. 3rd down and 7. He lost, no gain officially. So 3rd down and 7 coming up. They'll spot it at midfield, 4:53 to go here in the first half. 8 our score. As Brown will get his troops out, he's got Zaragoza lined up as the H-back in a pistol set with Taylor in the backfield with him. He'll get the snap, play fake, rolls out, the lefty's in trouble. He's just going to throw that ball in. Caught! And out of all, the only thing that kept number 1, Trevin Parson, from scoring
was the sideline.
Yes, indeed. Tell you what, if he's in Canada, that's 6.
How did he come down with that ball?
Oh, I have no idea, Mike.
Good pressure on the quarterback, good coverage on the receiver, and it still worked.
Great catch. That was number 7, Desmond Allen, on the reception.
And what are we moving it way down
Apparently there was a penalty there.
Yep. Looks like a personal foul. We'll take it all the way down to the 13. So it's a 22-yard reception.
Add 15 to it.
On 15, and yep, you're right. Penalty play game really on both sides, but it looks like the Cougars are really doing the damage to themselves even further. Kay goes in motion to the far side, and it'll be a handoff to Taylor. Taylor's got a hole momentarily stopped by someone, and also number 24, Shannon Simon Pete.
Malik Holmes on the stop.
So no gain.
Malik Holmes, number 55.
55 in there.
Yeah.
2-yard run will get the ball down to around the 11-yard line. Only get a 2nd down at 8, 3:57 to go first half. Empty formation for the first time this evening for the Roughnecks. Brown back, steps up, swings the pass out. Ball is going to be caught, and the ball is going to be in the end zone. Touchdown. Number 5, that is Michael Carlson, will score it from 11 yards out. Just needed a head fake and a good play, good positioning by Columbia to spread the Cougars out and let their athletes take care of business. 2nd touchdown of the season for Brown. Threw one last week. As it's 14-8 now, it looks like they will attempt the extra point, and it will be the leg of Karch Casper, number 16.
Left-footed kicker.
Don't see those too often. High snap, kick is up, and the kick is going to be good. No good. Looks like, yep, correct. He hooked it. But nonetheless, a new score as Columbia takes the lead, 14-8, 3:40 left in the first half. Coug Sports Net will be right back. 72-yard drive for the Roughnecks results in an 11-yard touchdown catch by Carlson from Jarrett Brown. Point after was no good, so it makes it 14-8 with 3:40 to go first half. Devin Smith, number 22. Perry Preston, number 4, lined up and around their own 10 as they await the kick from Casper. Casper hammers it again, and that ball is going to bounce out the end zone. So another touchback.
Young man's got a leg on him.
Yeah, that's a weapon, particularly in those kickoffs when you don't have to worry about a run back and you just know that ball's coming out to the 25-yard line. Yeah, that's a weapon. It really is.
Yeah, it takes away your weapon.
It does.
Of run back. Yes,
yeah,
correct.
You've got to. I'm sure they're mindful of the speed and explosion of the Cougars, and you certainly don't want to give them an opportunity to take advantage of that. So 1st and 10 for the Cougars at the 25-yard line. 3:40 to go in the first half.
Now you've got Smith in with Saldana.
Oh, mix and match is going to be Smith trying to turn the corner, and Smith is not going to turn the corner. Tackle made by number 2, Trevin Parson. So Parson with a big catch on the previous drive, showing his wares on defense. So a loss of 2, 2nd and 12, actually a loss of 3. They'll spot him at the 22-yard line. Cougars down 14-8, need to get something clicking. Anderson shotgun. Awaits the snap. I'll hand it off again to Smith. And Smith, a much better run on the first, still spinning before finally being stopped at around the 27-yard line. So he'll get 5 on that carry. Make it a little more manageable 3rd down situation.
Jonathan Higgins on the stop.
3rd down and 7 for the Cougs. Cougs definitely need a conversion here. Try to get some spark back into the offense.
Gatson lined up in the slot on the far side.
Again, Roughneck showing blitz.
Oh, they've been applying
Lonnie's
pressure all night. Why
it.
not?
Lonnie steps back, throws, ball is incomplete.
In the direction of White.
So he's selling it just a bit wide. And again, another 3 and out.
That's coming up 4th down.
4th down coming up, and with 2:14 to go in the first half, Columbia with an opportunity to expand on their 14-8 lead as Rubio will punt again.
Bad enough it was just a 3-play drive, but that thing only took 1 minute and 10 seconds off the clock.
Martinez, number 9, is around the 40-yard line, and it's Taylor, number 4, at around the 42. Rubio will get the snap. Flag is down, and Rubio gets a nice high punt.
Yeah,
He's going to take it back to around the 29-yard line. That is Higgins trying to set up a wall, has 40 to the midfield, down to around the 45-yard line. Flag is down.
I don't think Lamarck had enough men on the field.
They generally don't call you a penalty for that.
Wait and see what the call is going to be. It's going to be a false
illegal
start against
procedure.
Lamarck. Yep.
They're going to decline that.
I would.
Cougars just continuing to be their own worst enemy. Get another penalty here. As the Roughnecks are going to have good field position. They'll spot it at the 40-yard line.
Lamarck is having a problem on containment tonight.
They are. It's the second time that Columbia's been able to get significant yardage on punt return. And right now, the momentum starting to swing in favor of Columbia. Zaragoza in the backfield with Brown on 1st and 10. Brown rolls out, steps up, has pressure. Looking, throws, ball is going to be incomplete. Almost caught. He was wide open.
I mean, we've seen a lot of contested passes that they've come down with. That time he was wide open and wasn't able to.
Yeah, I think Martinez was looking at the fact that he had a clear shot at the end zone. He just felt to forget one. He just simply forgot one thing, most mainly the football.
Catching the ball.
It's not a touchdown until you go in there with the ball in your hands, young man. So,
like I said, he just didn't feel any pressure around him. He wasn't used to that.
No. He needs double coverage. He needs something, tightrope on the sideline, something. So 2nd down.
Rolling out again.
Rolling out. Evades one man, still going. Look at the ability of Brown. Still going. Evades another. He's just going to throw that ball up, and that ball is caught.
What do you do? What do you do?
That's going to come back. An eligible man downfield on a play like that, you figured eventually
Almost
that was going to happen.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, give credit to number 6, Jarrett Brown, to keep that play alive. A hold on the play instead of an eligible man.
And that's supposed to be a spot foul. That's 10 yards from the spot, but I bet they mark it off from the line of scrimmage.
Cougs dodged a major bullet on that one because he makes the reception. That's 1st and 10 inside the 25.
That's like 3 of those where he's trying to scramble and makes almost a pinpoint pass.
So Holding takes it back to midfield.
Still plenty of time on the clock.
1:37 to go. They still have 2 timeouts remaining. They need the 34 to first down, so 2nd and 20 coming up. Might be a time you see Taylor. He's been fairly quiet on this drive. Hasn't been on the field. It's actually his first appearance on the field. So you've got Taylor in the backfield with Zaragoza. It'll be a handoff to Taylor, and Taylor cuts it back. Taylor gets more than half of those yards back as he is pushed out of bounds
by Perry Preston.
4-on-4 violence we have at the 39-yard line. As you'll spot him at the 40, so he got exactly half of those back. So 3rd down and 10. Still 3rd and long, but I am sure
it's 4
that
down.
they'll gladly take that one compared to a 3rd and 20.
And Mike, I think, is right. It's probably going to be 4-down territory. This deep inside Lamarck territory already.
Zaragoza in the backfield with Brown. 3 wide set. Brown rolls out. Steps, looks, throws, has a man. Did he have possession? No. A heck of an effort there by Martinez. One-handed.
Out of bounds.
But out of bounds. So it'll be 4th and 10. Coming up for the Roughnecks with 1:22 to go in the first half. And it looks like they will punt.
Yep, I may be wrong.
Or
a fake.
We saw it last week.
A little trickeration, maybe.
We saw it last week, and it keyed one of the North Forest scoring drives. Preston and Wright back deep. Joey White is number 3, lines up at the 10-yard line. Flags are down, stops your play. And a timeout, actually, by the Cougars. So we'll take it with them with 1:22 to go in the first half. It is Lamarck trailing Columbia by a count of 14-8. Coug Sports Net will be right back. 4th down and 10 coming up. Cougars took the timeout, keeping in mind that they did get hit with a fake punt last week. So I'm sure Coach Mike Jackson wanted to make sure his guys kept that in mind.
So they're just dropping 1 back now instead of 2.
The punt is going to be boomed. It'll go out and around the 5-4, make it the 3-yard line.
Very nice punt.
37-yard punt. It pins the Cougars at the 3-yard line. So at 1:13 to go in the first half. Figure the Cougs will try to be more conservative and try to eat as much clock off instead of being being risky. But at the same time, the way that this Columbia front line has done the Cougars defensively, you don't want to run the risk of a play that ends up pinned in the end zone.
Yeah, this should be Saldana to the right, Saldana to the left, and Saldana up the middle.
Yeah, there should be a lot of north-south on this one.
But Cougars, Columbia's still got 2 timeouts left, correct?
They do. In the shadow of their own goal post. Lanius, low snap, hands it to Preston. Preston got out of there quickly, and he'll get to around maybe the 7-yard line. So he'll get about 4 on that play. 59 seconds and counting in the first half. So it'll be 2nd and 6 for the Cougars, as they are not going to be in any serious rush. It looks like they're just going to be content, just let these final 42 seconds run down.
Hang on to the football then,
Ball
boys.
security is important. The handoff is going to be to Saldana, and Saldana turned in the corner, got close to a first down, probably about a yard short.
Norman Saldana on the carry, brought down by number 51.
Saldana.
He picked it up.
Oh, he got the first, so give him 6. So a 1st and 10, that stops the clock.
Davis,
With
Alec Herrera
20,
also on the stop.
should have stopped the clock, but the clock continues to run
Saldana's run gives the Cougars
with 18
another
seconds
first down.
left in the first half.
They're going to let it roll.
Yeah, it looks like play clock hasn't started yet, so it looks like they might be content to just let this play clock run down.
We'll take the snap with 1 and try something special.
Well, low snap handoff is going to be to Preston.
But that
There's
wasn't
much
special.
Nothing, no, nothing special about that. As the first half comes to a close, Cougars have hurt themselves with penalties throughout the contest, but they are still in it, trailing Columbia by a count of 14-8. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Enjoy the halftime. Started the second half here at Etheridge Stadium. Brandon Williams alongside Lewis Perrin Jr., Mike Lockwood, and the Honorable Mayor of Lamarck, Mr. Bobby Hawking. Guys, it is a 14-8 score, Columbia leading Lamarck, and I think, Lewis, you probably put it best. What is the one word to describe what we saw in the first half?
Uninspired. I wish it could be anything other than that. Mike said lethargic. I think both those words just really do describe what went on both sides. Lamarck's defense, yeah, they had 2 takeaways. But outside of that, there just was not a lot going on. Even in the play calling, we saw an awful lot of up the middle that simply wasn't working. Now, you got to give some credit, granted, to Columbia's defense. But it was tough and uninspired football.
Well, a lot of mistakes tonight,
Penalties,
guys.
Yeah, there have been 4 false start penalties, including 2 of them down inside the 20-yard line that really hurt us big time. Wound up with a blocked field goal on that drive. We've avoided, with the exception of 1, the big personal foul penalties. So I guess that's kind of a positive. But those little ones add up too.
They do.
And like I said, there's been 7 penalties tonight so far.
And hasn't been real good tackling tonight either, guys. That's
not at all.
Concerning me as well. And I'm not wanting to get on here at this start of this halftime and get down on these boys, but I thought I was going to see a lot more crisp ball playing tonight, good running, some good holes, good tackling, and so far they've let me down a little bit.
There's been 7 offensive series for Lamarck, 4 punts. 3 of those were 3 and out.
Hopefully a bit better. Second half is coming along as Rubio is set to kick off to start the second half. Back deep is Martinez and Taylor, and they'll swing it to Martinez to the 25. Nice hit. Wow.
Outstanding.
Now
That'll wake
somebody woke up.
Good job.
55.
Number 55 for Lamarck, Malik Holmes.
Good job.
Dropping the hammer on Desmond Allen. Maybe that is the wake-up call that this team needs.
I mentioned that they weren't containing on that first half. Well, if that's an indication how this next half's going to be, I like it.
1st and 10 for Columbia at their own 30-yard line.
Both against Ball High and last week, Lamarck did come out and play better in the second half of both of those games. Not enough to win either one of them, but last week's was made very entertaining in the second half. Let's see if Lamarck can play better this second half, and they're a whole lot closer now.
Taylor in motion, and they'll get the sweep to
That's another good start.
number 7. That's going to be Desmond Allen, and he has not had a very good back-to-back plays as he is stopped.
Again that time, number 52 in there for Lamarck. That's going to be Sterling Mack, and we've
Sterling
called
Mack,
his name a couple
yes.
times already today.
Correction, that was Jonathan Higgins, number 3 on the carry. Loses 2 on that play. So it makes it a second down and 12. So first 2 plays, there is a bit of a spark coming out of the Cougars. Don't know what happened in the locker room at the half, but maybe something happen to spark this team. Second down and 12 coming up. 2 backs with Brown and shotgun. They'll go with the reverse. And it'll be around the corner. Not much. Not much. For number 7, Allen, and he is going to be stopped.
Whole host of Cougars over there.
That's going to be a 3 and out, guys.
That
Should
was a
be.
slow developing
Will be a
end
third
around.
down.
Brought down by Shandon.
Oh, okay, I
Got the
thought
ball
that.
to the 36, so third 6 coming up.
I'm sorry. I was thinking that was third down. Okay, let's hold them, guys.
Third down, 4 to go.
Third down and 4 coming up. See if the Cougars can get a 3 and out of their own. Allen, number 7, coming to the near side. Zaragoza, 33, in the backfield with Taylor, number 4. Brown is your quarterback. High snap again, and it'll be
Another end around.
Higgins turning the corner. No, he won't. Number 33, Christian Franklin. That's his second solid open field tackle of this contest.
Reverse again.
So,
Brought down by number 33.
All right,
we started off
baby.
with good containment, started off with good defense, and we got some good tackling going on, guys. I like it.
There you go, a 3 and out to start the second half. As number 5, that's going to be Michael Carlson. He will be punting for Columbia. Back deep, Joey White, number 3. He's lined up at his own 30-yard line.
He had 2 punts in the first half, both of them quite good long punts. Yeah, as you're seeing White back up a little bit, giving him a little bit of respect.
Don't jump offside, guys.
Carlson will get it off, and another good punt by Carlson. See, it'll take a bit of a bounce, and it does, and it'll be picked up by White, spins down, and it'll be stopped at around the 26-yard line. Allen Dare on the tackle.
A little dangerous on that pickup, but it
Yeah,
worked
that
out.
was.
It worked out. He probably saved about 10 yards on the roll, too.
He did, 38-yard punt, a return of 2, so first and 10 for the Cougars at their own 26-yard line. Miles Lonnie is bringing the offense out.
You know, one thing that's missing from tonight's offense is we have not had a good running game, guys.
No, we haven't had I don't think we've
Preston
had anything
had the
longer.
big run in the first,
That
in the
was-
opening drive,
that
and
was
that's
it.
been it.
Yep.
That accounted for 33 of his 50 yards in the first half. White lined up to the near side. You got Franklin in the slot with Slocum lined up outside. Lanius rolls out, steps up, looking, throws, and that ball is going to be incomplete. Was in the direction of Franklin. He threw it out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Bring them second
So it'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Lanius 28 yards passing on the evening. That was just his 4th attempt of the night. So it'll be 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line. Preston and Saldana in the backfield with them, and Lanius will drop back again. Rolls out, looking, he'll take off with the ball this time, and he will probably get to around the 29-yard line. So he'll pick up about 3 on the play. So it'll be a 3rd down and 7 coming up. Cougars could use a nice steady drive.
They really do. That's exactly what they need, is a good ground and pound, judicious use of the short passes and move the ball downfield, hold on to the ball for a little bit and show that they can drive against this Columbia team.
3rd and 7 coming up. Roughneck show blitz. Lanius in the pocket, steps up, throws underneath. Ball's going to be caught by Preston, and Preston is going to be stopped about a couple of yards short of the first down.
on the reception.
Preston did a good job of breaking past the first wave of defenders.
Well, they've given him a favorable spot.
They're giving him the first down. They're giving him the first. They are. Wow.
Wow, he's right.
First down.
Did not think that he got that close, but they are
No.
giving him the spot.
Well, yeah, okay.
We'll take it. 1st and 10 for the Cougars. How's that? Well, extended drive, certainly.
We'll take it.
There you go.
Just that simple.
Exactly. They'll spot it at the 36-yard line, and it'll be a hand up to Saldana. Saldana breaks a couple of tackles and gets
Now.
inside close
That's
to the
what we need to see.
45-yard line. Big bruising run by Saldana.
Yeah, you pick up 5 or more yards each play on a running, that's when you start getting a good running game.
Gain of 8 on that play for Saldana. 6 carries, 18 yards, and Lamarck touchdown in the first half. I'll call it 2nd and 3. He'll counterplay to Preston, and Preston spins forward, and he'll have the first down. So Perry Preston will keep the chains moving with a solid run to the 48-yard line.
All the way up to the 49-yard line.
We'll see the 49-yard line, so give him the gain of 5 on that play. So 1st and 10 Cougars. Cougs now going a little up-tempo now. First and 10, the own 49. Lonnie's back, steps up, throws, looking, and that ball's going to be incomplete. Looks like they got Columbia to jump.
Pass was intended for number 3, Joey White.
White was the intended receiver, coverage by number 11, Kyle Stanford.
I don't see a flag.
I don't either.
I don't see one either, so it will be an incomplete pass. So 2nd and 10, thought that they saw the jump, but officials saying nope. And it's just going to be a down that will be chalked up to an incompletion. 2nd and 10 at the 49-yard line. Lonnie will hand it off to Preston, cuts back, gets inside Columbia territory to around the 48-yard line, so he'll get about 3 on that carry. So another 3rd down situation coming up. They'll spot the ball at the 48-yard line.
On the carry.
3rd and 7 coming up for Lamarck. 7:31 to go, 3rd quarter. Cougs down 14-8, looking to see if they can extend this drive. Again, a shotgun set with Lonnius with Preston and Saldana out of the backfield. They'll swing it out to Preston. Preston will get past the 45 to around the 44. He will be short of the 1st down. We'll see if the Cougars get a little aggressive. It looks like they are going to go for it here. So 4th down coming up for Lamarck. They need the 41-yard line for the 1st down.
They're going to try and draw them off on that one, weren't they?
Looks like they might have. Play clock is at 16. We'll see if it's a draw or whether or not we'll see the Cougars be aggressive here. We'll see them go. Handoff is going to be Saldana. Saldana gets the 1st down. Good roll of the dice by Coach Mike Jackson, and he'll let the big banger crash through and move the chains for a 1st down. He'll get the ball to the 40-yard line. A gain of 4 on 4th and 3. 1st and 10 coming up. 6:52 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Lonnie will hand off, counter to Preston, and Preston's going to be stuffed up. Again, number 51. How many times we called Luke Arias' name tonight?
On the carry, brought down by number 51, Luke Arias.
And that's going to slow momentum down a bit, push the ball back to the 42-yard line. So a loss of 2 will make it 2nd and 12. 6:30 to go. Cougs again going a bit of no huddle. 6:25 and counting. Lonnius drops back in the pocket. Has time. Steps up. Throws downfield. Ball incomplete. Had a receiver.
Had a man open.
Had Christian Franklin streaking over the middle and just led him a bit too far.
Christian Franklin falls incomplete. That's going to bring up 3rd and 12.
So 3rd down and 12 for Lamarck.
Next 42.
Stop the clock with 6:19 to go in the 3rd quarter. Big 3rd down coming up here. Cougs have converted a pair of 3rd downs on this drive and a 4th down as well. Lonnius gets the snap, rolls out, has pressure, steps up, throws. The ball is going to be in double coverage, incomplete. Intended for White, but coverage made by number 3, Jonathan Higgins, and number 11, Kyle Stanford. There's a flag down and a roughing the passer against Columbia. And just when you thought that the Roughnecks were getting off the field, a personal foul is going to give the Cougars 15 yards and a 1st down.
You know, Lonnie seems to be a lot more accurate, guys, when he stands in the pocket instead of rolling out.
I would agree completely. Cougs going to a pistol set now. Franklin and White are the receivers, and it'll be a handoff to Preston, and Preston's got room. Preston's got a big pack into the end zone and a touchdown. Cash it in, cha-ching. Perry Preston.
27 yards.
From 27 yards out, and the Cougs are within a point of taking the lead for the 1st time this evening. You figured sooner or later that big O-line, that experienced offensive line, was going to assert itself, and they certainly showed it there.
Rubio to attempt the point.
They'll let Rubio come in to attempt the extra point. That would give the Cougars a 15-14 lead. White is the holder. Awaiting the snap. Gets it. High kick is up, and it is good. 6:05 to go in the third quarter. Cougars with their first lead of the night, and you got exactly what you're looking for, an offense with a little more spark, and it results in a lead for Lamarck, 15-14 over Columbia. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Wonderful drive by the Cougars, and it's a one that we talked about, the one that was needed, 13 plays, 74-yard drive, capped off by the 27-yard run by Perry Preston, and it's going to be fielded by Allen, and Allen cuts back, and it's going to be thumped.
And that's
out.
Ball is loose, and the Cougars get the ball right back. Looks like number 35 for Lamarck. Jacoby Wagner was the man on the scene in the recovery.
Well, they popped him good too, guys.
Allen got whacked hard on that one. You think he got hit that on the opening kickoff the second half? That was even harder. So 1st and 10, Lamarck spot the ball at the 28-yard line.
Well, uninspired was the word of the first half. So far in this quarter, inspiration.
A much different Lamarck team. We're seeing Preston cuts back. He'll be stopped.
Yep.
Good pursuit there by the Roughnecks. 47, Mitchell McGawney, and a number 51, Luke Arias there on the stop. So make it a second down, and a second down and 13, loss of 3 on that play. 5:27 to go, third quarter. Cougars up 15-14. We're looking for an opportunity to add more after their third forced turnover of the night. Play clock down to 9. Evans is the H-back in a pistol set. Lanius drops back in the pocket, steps up, has pressure, still evades the rush, swings it out.
Oh,
that ball is loose. That's a backwards pass. And it's going to be recovered by the Roughnecks. Lanius scrambling, tried to toss it backwards to Evans. Was not able to hold on to it, and the Cougars miss a golden opportunity to extend the lead and have given the Roughnecks the ball right back at their own 37-yard line.
All right, defense, step back up.
4:59 to go, third quarter, 15-14 lead. As Zaragoza and Higgins are in the backfield with Brown, and it'll be a play fake. Brown rolls out, steps up, throws a dart, has a man wide open. Catch made by Kay. 40, 30, inside the 20, inside the 15. Finally dragged down at the 13-yard line, and a big play to the tight end, Julian Kay.
Malik Holmes had to come a long way from his middle linebacker position to make that stop. Showed some good speed, but that man was wide open and had lots of room to run.
A gain of 50 yards on that pass, as Kay was wide open in the middle of the field. Obviously a busted coverage, and once he caught the ball, he put his legs to work. And just like that, the Roughnecks are in position to retake the lead. 4:23 and counting, third quarter. It's Higgins and Taylor in the backfield with Brown, and it'll be a counter play to Higgins, and Higgins is going to dart in for a touchdown. Flag was on the play. Flag is down. We'll wait and see what the call is going to be. I'll push everyone back for a moment. There's a touchdown.
Sideline warning.
Sideline warning, okay. But nonetheless, it's a touchdown for Columbia. So they come right back, 2 plays.
63 yards.
Trevin Parson is the running back who comes in from 13 yards out. So the Cougars' lead was all of 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Casper set to attempt the extra point. They have not changed the scoreboard yet, but obviously he makes the extra point. It'll be 21-15. Waits the snap. Oh, kick is up, and it is going to be good. So 4 minutes, 8 seconds to go here in the third quarter. It is now Columbia 21, Lamarck 15. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Only took 2 plays for the Roughnecks to go 63 yards to regain the lead. Obviously, the big play, the 50-yard reception by the tight end, Julian Kay, and then Trevin Parson, 13-yard run. So Smith and Preston back deep, awaiting the kick from Casper, who has hit a couple of bombs this evening. He'll hit this one high. This one will be fielded by Smith at around the 7 to the 10, 15 to the 25, and that's where he'll be stopped. So Cougars will get the ball back with 4:01 to go here in the third quarter.
Returns the ball up to the 27-yard line. Cougars start first.
Spot at the 27, so a gain of 20 on the return. 4:01 to go here in the third quarter. Like you mentioned in the break, they can get the ball right back. You showed that you're able to move the ball on them. So you see if the Cougars can just shake off this mistake and get the ball right back.
Like we said during the break, that's really Lanius' only mistake so far.
And that's going to be to Preston, and Preston's going to probe his way to around the 28, and that's about it.
Perry Preston
again, number 51, Luke Arias, is winning the interior as he has much of the evening.
Gain of 2 brings up second down.
Very generous 2-yard gain.
From their own 29-yard line.
So a second and 8 for Lamarck at the 29-yard line, 3:35 and counting in the third quarter. They've been in a shotgun set with 2 backs for most of the third quarter. Lonnie is rolling out. Steps up, has pressure, is just going to throw the ball incomplete. Was looking in the direction of Slocum, and again, pressure from the Columbia defense. And again, Mike, you talk about the fact that he looks more comfortable
in the pocket.
Staying in the pocket, which makes you wonder why they call so many plays with him rolling out. You've got an offensive line that's capable of protecting him, and he has shown to be more effective when he does throw the ball in the pocket. So third down coming up.
And it's very difficult to roll your right when you're a left-handed quarterback.
So Evans is in the ball game now with Preston in the pistol set. Franklin in a slot with White and a timeout. Just seeing like a lot of confusion across the board. 3:22 to go third quarter. It is Lamarck trailing Columbia by a count of 21-15. Coug Sports Net will be right back. So after the timeout by Lamarck, it's their first. It's a third down and 8 situation with 3:22 to go here in the third quarter. Pistol formation. Lanius drops back in the pocket, steps up, has pressure, rolling out, looks, throws, ball is going to be caught by Franklin, and he should have enough, or maybe about a yard short. It's going to be close, but the reception is made by Franklin.
Christian Franklin on the reception. Takes it up.
So they'll give him the first down.
Oh, it's good for another Cougar. First down.
He got the yardage. Needed 8, I should say, and he got it. So first and 10 for Lamarck at the 38-yard line. Handoff's going to be to, looks like Saldana, actually Preston, and Preston stuffed behind the line yet again.
They're just beating our offensive line.
Arias again.
Yeah.
Arias again on the stop. Tranquil Harris, number 22, also in there on the stop, and that's a loss.
No, they're going to call it. They say he got back to the line, but again, maybe kind of generous.
Second down coming up for the Cougs. As we approach 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter, it'll go to a 4-wide set now as Gatson comes back in the slot. That ball is blocked. Number 2, Traven Parson, the man who scored the go-ahead touchdown.
Kind of like a J.J. Swat kind of thing there.
Yeah, J.J. Swat, and since we're getting close to basketball season, a little more Clint Capella. But nonetheless, that's an INC and a third down and long coming up for the Cougs with 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Big third down coming up for Lamarck. In 4 receiver set with Preston in the backfield. Roughneck showing blitz with a 4-man front, and they're bringing it. Lonnie is back, tries to evade the rush and can't. Third sack of the night as it's number 47.
Mitchell
McGahee with the sack, and the Cougs will be forced to punt here with 1:50 to go here in the third quarter. That takes the ball all the way back to the 34-yard line, so he ended up losing 4 on that play. Rubio set to punt. He is lined up at around his own 22-yard line.
Rubio set to punt.
Martinez and Higgins, and it'll be Higgins calling a fair catch at the 33-yard line. So 33-yard punt by Rubio. So 1st and 10 for Columbia with 1:22 to go here in the third quarter. It seemed like that spark that was found in the touchdown drive seems to be fizzling away in those last 2 drives.
Yeah, but I'm still a little bit more impressed though with the play calling. We've seen a little bit of balance out of the pass and the run, keeping Columbia a little bit more off balance. May bode well when we get towards the fourth quarter, which is only a minute 22 away.
Zaragoza in the backfield with Brown, and it'll be a handoff to Zaragoza, and Zaragoza broke a couple of tackles and gets about 3, maybe 4 yards on that play. It looked like he would be pinned for a loss. The big fullback barrels his way through.
Javante Dozier was the one that finally was able to bring him down.
Get the ball to the 37-yard line, so a pickup of 5. Makes it 2nd down and 5. As we're inside a minute to go here in the third quarter. He's now in a pistol set with Franklin in the backfield. There'll be Brown on the design run. Brown trying to turn the corner and does. He gets a little bit more. Shook off the tackle. And it's the ball to the 49, so a gain of 12 for Jarrett Brown and a first down for the Roughnecks.
Shandon Simon Pete had him around the ankles, just not able to hold him there long enough for somebody else to come and finish him off.
1st and 10 as we approach the final 20 seconds of the third quarter.
Play clock, game clock rolling along almost identical.
See if the Roughnecks will call at least one more play. It'll be Higgins and Taylor in the backfield. It'll be Taylor with the carry, and Taylor trying to get to the line of scrimmage, and he's going to carry the pile. Still going. Looks like a rugby scrum before they finally stop it.
I think there was one Lamarck player not in on that tackle.
We'll see where they spot the ball at. Looks like they will spot it at around the 47. And that is where we will start the ball and start the fourth quarter with the ball at the Lamarck 47-yard line. 3 quarters are in the books. Cougs need the 4s up to get a little spark and get back in this contest. They trail 21-15. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Started the fourth quarter here at Etheridge. Brandon Williams, Mike Lockwood, Lewis Perrin Jr., Merritt Lamarck, Bobby Hocking is to my right as we are watching Columbia trying to extend a 21-15 lead. And it'll be a handoff to Martinez, and Martinez close to a first down. See where that knee, spot the knee, looks like they're going to give it to him.
Correction, that was Chris Martinez on the carry.
Martinez will get the first down as they spot the ball at the 41-yard line. So we got 6 on the carry.
First down, Roughnecks.
And a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Started the fourth quarter. Cougs down 21-15. Needing to get a stop here. try to get the offense the ball back. Jarrett Brown, the quarterback, the backfield, will go at the counter play, and it'll be Taylor. Taylor shakes his way inside the 30, inside the 30 to around the 28-yard line. So a 13-yard gain, Keithian Taylor.
Yeah, Tavarius Saldana had to make that stop from back in the safety position. The runner gets that far through the line that your safety has to bring him down. There's a major misfunction on the part of the line.
Certainly. It looks like an unsportsmanlike conduct being called against the Cougs, and it looks like that player is being ejected. See who that is? That is number 52 for Lamarck, Sterling Mack, and that's going to be another personal foul. Second week in a row, guys, we had a guy ejected from the game. And on top of that penalty, on top of that 13-yard run, was the second personal foul against Lamarck this evening. It's going to give them 15. It'll give Columbia 15 yards and a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line with 11:05 to go here in the contest. Brown, calling his own number, tries to turn the corner, shakes past one defender and can't get past it. As again, Franklin. Good open field tackle. He's made 3 of those this evening. As Brown might have been lucky to get to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're not moving that one up anywhere.
So no gain on the play. Make it 2nd down and 10.
This is a key series of downs here, guys.
Oh, there's no question about it. You do not want to fall behind 2 scores at this point. Zaragoza, 33. Martinez, 9 in the backfield with Brown. And they'll run the counter. Brown looking, steps up, throws, ball is dropped. Zaragoza could not hold on to it. And Preston and Saldana made sure he didn't. So a 3rd down and 10 coming up for Lamarck with 10:09 to go here in the 4th quarter. Figure that if they don't get the 1st down here, obviously they'll take their chances with Casper. We certainly know he's got the leg for anything inside of around 40 yards. 3rd down coming up for the Cougars. And stop the play and a timeout by the Roughnecks. We'll take it with them. 10 minutes, 9 seconds to go. 4th quarter, it is Columbia 21, Lamarck 15. Coug Sports Net will be right back. So timeout by Columbia as they will reset things with a 3rd down and 10. They're going to come out with 3 wide receivers. With Zaragoza, the long setback. Allen rolls out, steps up, throws, and that is going to be incomplete. Tried to throw it the other way to Kay on a tight end screen, and that does not work. So 4th down coming up.
That brings up 4th and 10.
So they will bring in Casper, and it will be about a 31-yard attempt. Would make it a 2-score game if he hits it. Keep in mind, Brown, the quarterback, is the holder. Snap, the kick is going to be up. Kick is going to be no good. Cougars brought some pressure. Franklin Walker in there as the field goal is missed, and the Cougars dodge a bullet and will get new life.
Take over at what, the 20-yard line?
Yes. So 9:59 to go here in the contest. Cougars will get the football back down 6. As the defense stiffened, keeping the Roughnecks off the scoreboard. Lanius with Preston and Saldana in the backfield with him. 3 receivers set. There'll be a handoff to Preston, and Preston trying to turn the corner, cuts back. They'll be stopped at around the 23, maybe the 24-yard line. Should be about a gain of 4 for Preston. We'll make it a 2nd down and 6.
Gain of 2 is going to bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Cougars.
So ball spotted at the 24-yard line with 9:35 and counting. In 3 receiver set. Slocum to the near, Gatson in the slot, White to the far side. Lonnie awaiting the snap, gets it. It'll be a handoff to Devin Smith, and Devin Smith breaks past one tackler, could not get past the second one. Good open field tackle.
Boy, they gave him a good spot again.
He did. Higgins there on the stop. And I'll tell you, if Higgins doesn't make the stop, Smith has got some real estate in front of him.
First down.
Well, once Smith gets the ball, he flies up to that line.
Oh, he does. He's got an explosive first step, and he can accelerate pretty quick. So 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Lanius drops back, steps up, throws, looking downfield, incomplete. Was looking for Slocum. Coverage there by number 8, Randy Spears. The Cougars were looking to go up top on that one. So 2nd down and 10 from the 30-yard line. 8 minutes, 51 seconds to go in the contest. Cougs no huddle. Again with their base set. Lanius waiting to snap. They will look to readjust things. Play clock is approaching inside 10 seconds. As it looks like the Roughnecks are bringing the house here. They're showing blitz. They'll lay back. They'll swing the ball out to Smith. And Smith tries to turn the corner, and they'll be stopped. Good play by Columbia as they were able to stretch that play out. Number 7, Desmond Allen, and number 31, Alec Herrera, were there to keep that play from being anything more than a 2-yard gain. So 3rd down and 8 with 8:25 remaining. Cougs need to stretch this play, need to stretch the defense out here. Again, Roughneck showing blitz. 3-man front, but it looks like they'll bring the house again. It'll be a hand up to Smith, and Smith spinning, grinding forward. Will be stopped at around
26.
Around about the 36-yard line. So it would put him about maybe 4 yards short of the first down, maybe about 3 yards short. So the Cougs will go ahead and bring the punting unit in. Player is down for Columbia. We'll go ahead and take the break. Cougs Sports Net will be right back. So number 5, Michael Carlson, looked like he cramped up, able to walk off the field under his own power, fortunately. 4th down coming up for the Cougars as Rubio will line up the punt. Martinez and Taylor lined up deep at around their own 30-yard line. Rubio will get the punt off, and it's a high wobbler that's going to be fair caught by Martinez, who loses the football, and the Cougars have it. The Cougars recover the football.
All right.
Turnover
Jalen Walker with the recovery as Martinez muffed the punt. And Jalen Walker with the recovery. 4th turnover of the night. Let's see if we can cash it in with 7:29 to go.
All right, you got to create your own momentum now, offense. You have a golden opportunity.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. They'll go at Gatson and White as the wide receivers. Twin set. Lanius will hand the ball off, and it will be Preston. And Preston, not much on that one.
Preston is just, I think he's a little wobbly on that 1 foot. He just doesn't quite have that breakaway. So you could tell right there he's kind of limping a little bit. He's still a warrior.
He is.
But he's kind of gimpy on that 1 foot.
1-yard gain makes it 2nd down and 9. Lanius trying to draw the Roughnecks off. So plenty of time on the play clock. Evans in the backfield as the H-back in the pistol set. Lanius will drop back, steps up, throws, looking downfield, looking. That ball is going to be incomplete. Intended for White, but White had to play defensive back once
yes,
again.
He did.
Brings up 3rd down and 9 for the Cougars.
So 3rd down and 9 coming up. The Cougars will stretch out and they'll bring in the 4 receivers in as Franklin and Slocum come back in.
Definitely 4-down territory here.
No question about it. You have to get this one in.
But they don't have to get it all in one play.
No, you don't have to get greedy about it, but you do need to move
Get the first down.
4 wide set. Preston in the backfield with Lanius. And it'll be a handoff to Preston. And Preston will move the pile past the 25 to around maybe the 23-yard line. Well, it should be a gain of about 4 on that play.
4th and 6 for the Cougars.
So 4th down coming up for Lamarck, and Coach Mike Jackson wants to take the timeout. We'll take it with them. 6:27 to go, 4th quarter. Lamarck trailing Columbia by a count of 21-15. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Big 4th down coming up for the Cougars. They need 6 to move the chains. They've had 4 turnovers tonight. They've not been able to make the most of the opportunities. They need to make the opportunity here. 4 wide receivers set. Preston in the backfield with Lanius. Lanius awaits the snap, drops back, swings it out to Preston, and Preston looking for something to happen. Swings back.
Holy cow,
Still
how far
going
back are you going to go?
How far? Oh, my gosh.
24 yards back.
Oh, my word. That's going to do wonders to your per carry average.
Take over on downs.
No words, guys.
No words.
4 turnovers, and they have not really been able to cash in on any of them. A loss of 20 on that play, 21 actually on that play. So 1st and 10 for Columbia at their own 44-yard line with 6 minutes, 4 seconds left to go in the contest. Up 21-15. Brown in the backfield at quarterback. High snap, no call his own number. He'll break past one defender, gets past another defender, gets the first down and a little bit more as he's going to be stopped at around the 44-yard line. Looks like there's a flag down.
12 yards on the carry. We'll see what the flag is.
Looks like a flag is down. They threw the flag at around the 48-yard line. We'll see what the call is going to be. It'll be a hold. Oh, well, blocking the back. That's going to hurt even more. It's a spot foul. That will push them back to their own 42-yard line.
1st and 13.
Yes. So Brown will be officially credited for a 6-yard run, 7-yard run actually.
Yep.
Before the block in the back takes him back. So 1st down and long, and it'll be a counter play. Looks like that was number 2, Parson.
Holy cow.
Parson is almost close to the 1st down.
All he got back was to the original line of scrimmage, and then he was literally carried, pushed, and pulled for another 9 yards.
Wow. Well, it's number 3 on the carry, Jonathan Higgins. Higgins got 11 on a 1st and 13.
That pretty well sums up the night, guys.
Yeah.
Kinda.
I think that is a perfect description of where it just seemed like every time Lamarck had an opportunity to really punish them. The first time tonight, they're under center. And it will be Brown trying to lunge for it for the 1st down, and does. He'll get a little more than that as he gets past the 45-yard line to around the 44. So he will get 3 on that play and a 1st and 10. So right now, if you're Columbia, you're thinking about ball control and whittling this clock with 4:25 to go, and the Cougars have 2 timeouts.
Back to that previous play, what my meaning was is who wants it more. And I think that one play showed it right there, guys.
1st and 10 for the Roughnecks at the Lamarck 44-yard line.
Yeah, Lamarck needs turnover number 5 here pretty quickly.
A counter play, it will be Higgins, and Higgins turns the corner before being stopped Nice tackle there by Perry Preston to keep him from getting more than 3 yards. And to think that they spot him out of bounds is the most important thing. And looks like they did. That stops the clock. Pick up a 4.
Higgins moves it up to the 40-yard line.
So 2nd down and 6 coming
second
up
and 6.
with 3:54 left in the contest. Cougs down 21-15 against the Columbia team looking to deliver a final blow. Handoff actually will be Brown trying to call his own number, turns the corner, gets past one defender, a good stiff arm, cuts it back to around the 35-yard line, and it looks like he got enough for a first.
Jared Brown on the keeper.
And again, it was Franklin over there making kind
Flag
of like
down.
a solo tackle.
Franklin again, yet another stop. Looks like a flag is down.
33 Christian Franklin.
And it will be against the Roughnecks.
Holding call.
Holding will push them back. So spot that one back to the 46-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 11 now.
2nd down and 11 coming up. 3:44 to go. And good news for the Cougars is that in those last 2 plays, the runners were forced out of bounds. But they do need a stop. They need to get the ball back one last time. Now, new quarterback in. As it's going to be Taylor. Taylor trying to turn a corner. Taylor spinning. And a late flag, and it might be a face mask.
I think you're right.
Yep,
It is.
We do have a flag.
Flag down. He was pushed out of bounds at around the 39-yard line. Would have been a pickup of about 5, maybe make it 7 actually. And then another face mask, the 4th personal foul on Lamarck tonight. And that is going to give the Roughnecks a 1st down at the 24-yard line.
11th penalty on Lamarck tonight.
3 minutes, 32 seconds up, and the clock running down. New quarterback. First time we've seen Cameron Ward, sophomore, number 19, a big kid. You can see why they might want him in there. Big bulldozer, can move the chains. It'll be Zaragoza, and Zaragoza moving the pile. He'll get about maybe 4 on that play. See where they'll spot him at. Looks like they'll spot him around the 20. So it'll be a pickup of 4 for Zaragoza. Evans on the stop. We're inside 3 minutes to go. Cougs still have 2 timeouts left.
Yeah, they're going to have to start thinking about that now here as we're under
3 minutes. We're at 2:44 and counting. So after a brief hiatus, Brown is back in. Looks like he needed a breather. High snap, and it'll be a counter play that was actually stopped. No.
Nope,
Brown turning the corner.
Still going.
Brown still going, and Brown with the touchdown.
And
that'll do it.
That be the nail.
A great fake. Man down. Joel Sumlin slowly getting up. But a beautiful fake by Jarrett Brown. Fooled just about everyone, and Brown with a great extra effort finds his way in the end zone. 20-yard touchdown run by Brown. And with 2:19 to go, they'll get the point after. If they get it, it'll be a 13-point game. So Columbia, 2 minutes and 19 seconds away from improving their record to 2-0 on the season. And for the Lamarck Cougars,
we got a timeout.
Timeout, looks like.
Yeah, no, he was too close to the edge of the field.
Edge, okay.
And they needed to move him over a little bit.
So they moved him, okay. They're going to move him around like a turtle.
Yeah, that little bit of that alligator crawl.
Mm-hmm. So they will bring in their extra point unit. So it looks like they're going to go for 2. They will. As they have Brown at quarterback. Zaragoza, Taylor. Looks like number 41, Landis Wilson in the backfield. But toss is going to be to Taylor, and Taylor's just going to walk in for the conversion. 29-15 with 2:19 to go. Coug Sportsnet will be right back. 2 minutes, 19 seconds left. Columbia with a 29-15 lead. And Cougs with a very upward climb if they're looking to avoid going 0-3. Smith and Preston back deep. There'll be a line drive on one hopper.
Got to take it with you.
I'll take him. Cuts back. Stopped at around the 31-yard line. That was Jamarcus Nelson, the freshman, with the return. So first down and 10 for Lamarck.
Change the quarterback.
2:19 left. Lonnie's still in. Lonnie's still in at quarterback. 2:11 left. They look like they will go with the 3-wide set. White, number 3, is to the far side. Slocum to the near with Christian Franklin in the slot. Cougs still have 2 timeouts left. There'll be Smith and Saldana in the backfield with Lanius. Lanius awaits the snap, rolls out, calls his own number, and that's not going to get much of anything. He might have got to the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
3 players on top of him. Number 17, Cortland Davidson at 33, Zaragoza at 31, Herrera on the stop. Gain of 1 makes it 2nd and 9 with 1:46 to go. Again, 3 wide receiver set. Clock just continuing to run. Cougs have 2 timeouts left. Lanius drops back. He'll swing the ball out to Smith, and Smith is going to be swarmed.
He's actually going to lose
the yard. So they'll get it right back to the 30. So they're right back where you started with a 3rd down and 10.
Loss in the play brings up 3rd and 10.
3rd down and 10. 1-13 and counting in this contest. As the Cougs on the verge of their first 0-3 start since the first year of the Darrell Jordan era in 2008. Obviously, 40-down territory from there. It'll be a handoff to Saldana, and Saldana trying to move the pile. Ball popped loose.
Yep, they're going to say he was down.
They'll say he's down. Nonetheless, the clock just continues to run because he was short up the 1st down.
Yeah, it stopped now. I'm not quite sure why.
Not sure as to what the reason is. Now they'll start rewinding the clock.
No.
Yep,
there it goes.
Wind it up. Cougars are 3 yards short of a 1st down. They're in no rush.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Which is surprising. You would think
with
that
2 timeouts.
2 timeouts. There's just no rush here.
The board, that board says 1 timeout, but even at that, still.
Yeah. And it'll be a handoff, and that's a hell of a way to end the game.
Yeah.
Devin Smith on the carry.
Again, guys, no words. 1 kneel down away, and you're 0-3.
Oh, they're not even going to kneel down. They don't need to kneel down. There's 22 seconds left. They're going to wind the clock. They're already walking off the field.
So they'll get the ball back. Columbia will get the ball back for victory formation. This Lamarck team knew going in that this would be a very challenging schedule, but this was just a night where you'd hoped coming off the second half of the performance, the second half of last week's game, that that fire, that inspiration would carry over into this contest. And guys, we saw very little of that tonight.
No, it wasn't there. Well, little inspiration came out in the second half, went away real quick.
4 turnovers by Columbia, and how often do you see a team turn the ball over 4 times and win by 14? That is something you don't see every day, people.
Nope.
needs just one kneel down from Jarrett Smith, and this one's over. Columbia's going to go to 2-0 on the season, while the Cougars, a lot of soul searching in front of them in a schedule that's not going to get any easier.
And we've still got, what, a 6A team to play?
You've got Hart and Jefferson, a very tough team next week, and you get a good 5A team
5A
in Houston Madison. As the clock will wind down, 10 seconds left, everyone just lining up and getting ready to shake hands on a very fruitful trip down south for the Roughnecks of Columbia, as they will go to 2-0 on the season with a 29-15 win over the Lamarck Cougars. Guys, final thoughts?
I think you said it when you said no words. No final thought. Mike, I hand it off to you.
I'm the same way. Guys, I'm going to use the word again, lethargic. Poor tackling. The defense on the Roughnecks were able to just really manhandle our offensive line. We never had a consistent running game. Horrible penalties that just cost this team all night long. 2 weeks in a row with ejections. Brandon said something a while ago, some soul searching, and I tell you, it's going to be a long season if they don't find out what it is that this soul of this team is lacking.
Guys, there's really not much more I can add to that, other than the fact that final score, Lamarck falling to Columbia by a count of 29-15. Two things I do want to add as we do close this out. Started the game, very nice gesture by TCISD to remember a fallen former Dickinson standout. Blake Carlisle was killed tragically on Wednesday at the age of 20. Former all-district standout, played at SMU, was looking to get things going in his life. And also want to say a prayer to the family of the Huttons. Lee Hutton Sr. in the hospital, suffered a heart attack earlier this week. And the Hutton family, just a great group all throughout Lamarck. All those kids graduated high school, graduated college, I should say. Two of them outstanding receivers in Lamarck, Logan and Lee. So our prayers certainly out not only to the Carlisle family, but also to the Hutton family. Best wishes to each of them. Final score here out at Etheridge Stadium. It is Columbia 29, Lamarck 15. So for the mayor, Bobby Hocking, Brandon Williams alongside Mike Lockwood and Lewis Perrin Jr. will see you next Friday night against Hart and Jefferson. Cougars take state.